Hi, I'm Mike Murphy. How are you? That's about the energy level that I expect. I'm in a lot of back pain right now. I don't know if my mattress is shitty or if my job is shitty or if my life is shitty, but something bad is going on, guys. I don't know what it is. One of the last weeks that I spent at home living with my parents, I woke up one day and I said, "Hey, Dad, my back kind of feels different." And he said, "Yeah, that's never going to change." And I said, "I'm 19." And he said, "Yep." And I said, "That's not how it's supposed to go." He's like, "I'm 49. Same thing." I said, "Really? And you're messing with me?" He said, No, this is it. Get all the therapeutic walking shoes you want. Get a bamboo mattress. Spend money on an orthopedic office chair," which he did. He spent $4,000 on an orthopedic office chair. $4,000 for a pain that he knew was not going to go away. Now, I have an excuse. I'm not just old and fat. I'm young and fat. When I was a kid, though, we used to ride bikes everywhere. I know, don't look like I've ever done anything active in my life, but guess what I did? I did once. Me and my friends, we would ride bikes everywhere. And one day, we saw this really big hill. And so we said, let's go down it with our shirts off. Because that's what you do. It just is. So we assumed the position, shirts off, left at the top of the hill, didn't really think it through. And we just tore off down the hill. Guys, I immediately fell off my bike. Like, I didn't even get one pedal. I pushed off and immediately fell. Immediately. I slid down the hill on my left knee, and when that knee, this is going to be gross, when that knee hit bone, for realsies, I fell to the other knee, and then I tripped, and I knocked my hip sideways. And so we went to the doctor, as you do, and they said, so there's no, like, surgery or anything. His back's just going to feel kind of different for a while. And I was like, cool, I am 14 and terrified of the back pain that is to come. And he goes, well, I mean, he could go to a chiropractor and they can adjust it for like, ooh, that's cool, for like years. Just keep going back to the chiropractor for years. Is that going to be covered by insurance? No, not even a little bit. None of it is going to be covered by your insurance. Is it going to be very expensive? The most expensive thing that you've ever paid for. Probably 7 chairs every single year. And my parents said, what does the insurance cover? And the doctor said, Oxy. The insurance will cover Oxy for him. So I started doing Oxy when I was 14. Let me tell you, that shit was very different from other drug experiences. Now, you could tell by the hoodie that I'm wearing and my general vibe, I've done all the drugs, okay? Or at least, yeah, I've done all the drugs. All right, so, like, when I was 12, I went up to visit my dad's backup family in Pennsylvania, and my older brother, who was 9 years older than me, said, hey, have you smoked pot yet? And I said, no. And he said, cool, you're about to. And I said, why? He said, you need to chill the fuck out. And I said, okay. So I had my first joint at 12. I said, that didn't feel fun. And he said, you'll like it someday. And I said, okay. So I was off Oxy by the time I was probably halfway through being 15. Had my permit, trying real hard not to crash into things. But, man, everything felt really far apart, man. And couldn't really handle it and drive. So I had to find something to replace Oxy with so that I could drive. I remembered my really cool older brother, Sean, said, hey, man, you'll like it someday. So I said, cool, let's try this again. So I went to the neighborhood Kyle, and I bought an 8th. It was called Sour Diesel. It's delicious. But also, I mean, like, I don't consider marijuana a drug. It's really not. Marijuana is medication. Marijuana is like an herbal tea, but it's like a rotting raccoon flavored herbal tea that's slightly more flammable than normal tea. But it did this really cool thing where I didn't feel my back all the time. So that was really nice of it. It definitely helped out. And then through the power of marijuana, I didn't need Oxy. However, through the power of marijuana, I really wanted oxy. And at the same time, guys, just do cocaine. Like, that's all. So somebody told me that, and I was like, cool, let's do it. And so at 16, I did cocaine for the first time. And that was just like being awake regularly. It really was just like being normal awake really fast. It was like snorting Monster Energy drink. It really was too much. And so I said, got it, we need to slow down. So I would do coke, and then I would smoke weed, and then that weed made me feel like everything was real close together. So then I did oxy. That made everything feel really far apart. And I said, what can I do to just be in my own head and find myself? And my neighborhood Kyle said, well, have you tried mushrooms? And I said, no, let's give it a go. So at 17, I tried mushrooms. And, you know, it's like my friend John Lennon always said, stop being dead, you're alive. So I just started doing oxy again. While on oxy, I don't know if nobody ever talks about this. When you do narcotics, it blocks your ability to shit. There was a nicer way to say that. For sure. For sure there was a nicer way to say that. But I would go 7 days in between taking a shit. Dude, it was literally rough. The shit itself was rough because it draws out all your water. It was bad. Then somebody told me, hey, did you know that Molly makes you really thirsty, even if you're not? And so at 18, I tried Molly for the first time. And it was... Again, it was a lot, but it went really well with weed, which went really well with the oxy, which went really well with the cocaine, which really went well with the mushrooms. So then I turned 21, and at 21 they said, oh, you can drink now. I said, pussy shit, drinking? Y'all got to catch up. Grow up, dude, drinking? And then all my friends were drinking, and I was like, guys, cocaine's right here. And they were like, no. Which I was like, I respect that. I very much do. I very much respect that. So I started drinking, like too much. But then my back pain came back. And when my back pain came back, I really wanted to do oxy. But I've been clean off of oxy for 3 years, and I really don't want to do oxy again because I really like this shit. Thank you guys so much. I've been Mike Murphy.